Let's hypothetically think that you know someone that's smoking, and you go up to them, you go up to that smoker and you say, you need to quit smoking. We've been over this before. How do you think that person will feel? They'd get annoyed, they'd get frustrated, they'd be upset at the way that you're talking to them. So when we're talking to our clients, we need to watch our tone. We need to watch how we portray this, how we deliver our information. So one of the things we should be doing is offering motivational interviewing techniques. And when we apply motivational interviewing methods or interviewing techniques, it comes across a lot more nicer to our client, and our client now is more willing to make that change. And so I'll go over some examples of how we can do so. I have some videos that I do encourage you to watch. This video over here is not on smoking, it's on obesity. It's about a doctor encouraging their patient to quit, to watch their diet, and to start exercising because the patient is very obese. And when you watch this, pay attention to how the doctor communicates with the patient. This is a video of someone offering tobacco cessation on a client, and and he did a horrible job. So maybe watch this to know what you should not be doing in your video for your assignment. This one, I'm going to show you this in the next slide, is a video that I highly, highly encourage you to watch because this is what you will be doing for your assignment. This is a great example of a video that you could submit to me for your assignment. So I would encourage you guys to pause the video and watch this video. Now, when you watch this video, you'll notice that the guy offered a lot of motivational interviewing skills. He presented, he was able to effectively deliver the information, and he used most of these techniques, and we're going to go over them. So the first technique is roll with resistance. So if the client is resisting, roll with it, go with the flow. So for example, if your client says, I just don't see how I can quit smoking when my wife smokes too, and she won't quit. And you, the healthcare provider, you say, so you suspect that it will be much more difficult for you to quit smoking if your wife continues to smoke. And the patient says, yeah, right, I just don't see it working. And you're like, how important is it for you to quit right now? So you're kind of going with the flow. You're rolling with resistance. The client is resisting, and you're rolling with it and trying to ask open-ended questions, right? This is an open-ended question because it's not a yes or no answer. You're asking, how important is it for you to quit right now? You want to express empathy. You want to show that you care. And here are some opening statements to show that you care. Here's one example here. I know smoking is bad for me. So the patient is saying, I know smoking is bad for me. It's just that all of my friends smoke and we always hang out together. So you show that you care by saying this. You realize that smoking can have a harmful effect on your health, yet it has been difficult for you to quit because your friends smoke and they are important to you. You're not lashing out at them. You're saying that you understand how difficult it is, and that's empathy. You want to express empathy. And when you express empathy, you want to paraphrase it back to them. So you're kind of repeating the words back to them with feeling, with emotion to show that you care. You want to avoid argumentation. Don't argue with them. And here's an example. And another one is develop discrepancy, which means tell them a good thing and tell them a bad thing. So if the patient is saying, let's say here, if the patient is saying they're having a hard time quitting, you could say, so on the one hand, you hate feeling ashamed because you keep going back to smoking. But on the other hand, you actually start to feel better when you quit. But stress in your life triggers your smoking. So you're saying a bad thing and you're combining it with a good thing. And that's discrepancy. Something bad with something good. And these are some great questions you could ask. That if you were to wake up tomorrow and you were no longer a smoker, what would you like about that? What would be the benefits to you? Right? So kind of getting them to look at the future, or look over the fence, look at the future. And supporting self-efficacy is actually another important tip as well. And when you're supporting self-efficacy, you're trying to help the client with their goals. The client knows the best that they can do, and you need to appreciate and support them with their goals. So if the client, let's say here's an example of a client who is not exercising. So the patient is saying, I don't think I'm ready to walk 4 days a week, but I'm willing to try twice a week. Roll with that. Go with that. Support them. Say it. That sounds like a great start, and that will really help with your osteoporosis. If a patient tells you, I thought a little bit more about what you said about quitting smoking. Great. Tell me more about what you have been thinking. What's got you thinking about it? So you're kind of promoting, you're kind of supporting them. Here are a couple of phrases. If you're stuck when you're doing your video, these are a couple of possible motivational interviewing responses or questions that you can ask your client. And they're great questions. Like most of them are open-ended questions. What would you have to change for you to consider quitting? What makes it more difficult for you to quit? This is a good one here, and this is the one that they use in the video. That on a scale of 1 to 7, how important is it for you to quit smoking? So you can utilize some of these and incorporate them in your video. If you have any trouble, if you find that motivational interviewing is difficult, don't hesitate to contact me and I can help you with finding possible wordings or possible phrases that you can use to help your client quit. Good luck.